the Africa room, no sea biting, never bites. Fast water dribbling in the girls down with the guys. Spin nine seat black, you right by. Omen G, Max 4, Robin C, Gallon Neck Night. Hot stove talk, Robin C, bringing the hype. EC's alive, plus trust under those in my city life. Right? Queens got the dreams united. On the rag, try rap in me stack. United under that chocolate flag. Smack that home out the park. Fuck the deafening black. Side game time, Robin CP time to ignite. Under NYC skies, we fight the good fight. Remains cheer in the orange, we unite. Mets forever. I'm fit to be in sight. Mets riding high, energy like a live wire. Queen City chance, passion never tires. Grand slam dreams and paces focus fast. Holding it steady, cause we know we gonna last. We the kings of the field, time to ignite. Under NYC skies, we fight the good fight. Remain cheer in the orange, we unite. Mets forever, our victory in sight. All hearts ignite like NYC stars. Robin CP, guiding even through scars. Queens got the glow, city anthem flows.
What's up, Mets fans? Welcome back to some breaking news as the New York Mets have just made history, signing Juan Soto 15 years, $765 million. Steve Cohen has just landed his guy, ladies and gentlemen. We took him from the New York Yankees. We got the biggest offer, and what did I say? Biggest offer is getting Juan Soto. Chris, what's up, baby?
Boom. Job done. End game. Soto to Queens. No deferred money. No deferred money, Rob. Zero deferred money. 765 on the dot. Guys, we haven't done this, right, since the playoff run. Spam those W's, Mets fans. W's in the chat because this is a huge win for the New York Mets. There's no game played on the field. Wow. Spam those W's. Rob, I'm hyped. We got a lot to talk about. 15 years, what, 765?
51 million.
Steve Cohen, he got it done. Everyone told you he was not going to be outbid. The Mets were going to have the best, most offer. And they did. Props to the Yankees for making it competitive. I will say, props to the Yankees for making it competitive. Yankees fans, if you're in the chat, again, Steinbrenner did everything that he could. But when you're playing with the big dog, Steve Cohen, you need to do a little extra. And they couldn't get that done. Soto's a Met. Let's go.
Woof, woof. Big dog in the house, baby. Big dog in the house. Man, it smells like Queens is going to be the place to be in the future, ladies and gentlemen. The present, the future. $765 million, 15 years, $51 million. Chump change for Steve Cohen. And it's only the beginning, folks. And the Yankee fans and Joe's McFly, I do apologize, man. Somebody played the Mets song right on him and paid to play that Mets song before it broke, and it happened. I was watching it. Listen, guys.
Rob, $75 million signing bonus, and for Josh in the chat, Soto in a Mets uniform on Jeff Passan's account right now. Confirmed, done deal.
Yeah. Done deal. And congratulations to John Heyman. He broke it. He broke it. Good for John Heyman. He needed this. Believe it or not, it wasn't a passing bomb. It was a Heyman smash tweet right there. And I ran into the bathroom, and all I heard was, "We got breaking news." And I heard MLB Network, and I checked. I ran to get my phone. I'm like, holy shit. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. And this is, listen, we talked about no deferred money. We talked about that could be a little different. There's nothing wrong with what the Yankees did here. And I don't want to make that clear. I want to make that clear to all the Mets, all the Yankee fans that were on the streams for the last couple of days, right? And they were, not all of them were trolling, but they were confident, and they surely would be. But this is what I've been saying the whole time. Juan Soto did not get to this point to take less money, right? And I want to know what the Yankees offered, because if there was more than one opt-out, if there was a lot of deferrals, they completely lost out because they thought the Yankee pinstripes was enough. And this proves, Yankee fans, that shit is over. He is wearing that beautiful white and blue pinstripe with the Mets logo for the next 15 years, along with Lindor, along with Vientos, along with Nimmo. And you know what? I guarantee you in a day or two, Alonso's going to be a Met now too. This is the beginning, guys. Right? You can laugh at, hey, we got the Yankee hand-me-downs, didn't we? We got the Yankee hand-me-downs. And we got the biggest hand-me-down we can ask for. Merry Christmas, Met fans, because this is the biggest signing in franchise history. Not just the money, not just the years. The first bidding between the Mets and the Yankees for a player who actually was on a team from the Yankees was no contest for the Mets. It never happened. We stole him from the New York Yankees. And on top of that, don't let any Yankee fan tell you that, oh, that's too much money for him, because ask the bleacher creatures who had louder cheers for Juan Soto than Aaron Judge when they did their roll calls. So don't let them fool you. They wanted him. There's the reason why the Yankees content creators were all doing watch parties. Oh, by the way, we were first, right? Remember that, guys. Remember that. And I think Chris got a little frozen up there. Remember this, guys. That is a fact. Don't say the Yankee. Don't act like the Yankee fans are going to complain about the money and everything else and worry about this, worry about that. No. They wanted this guy. They were very confident in getting him. They were talking about this over and over again. He's not going to the Mets. Why would he go to the Mets? You know why? Because there's a future. There is a future. I think Chris is having problems with his camera, but it's all good, right? We're here. We're live. We are ready to go, Mets fans. The New York Mets have just stole Juan Soto from the New York Yankees, right? This isn't a troll job at all, because the Yankees were very respectable in this case. But they let the pinstripes get in the way of doing what they should have done. This is an embarrassment for the Yankees because of the fact that they used the pinstripes as a way to lure another player to stick around. And it means absolutely nothing. Loyalty isn't there with Juan Soto with the New York Yankees. I've said it over and over again. I was very confident that they were going to be the highest bidder, and I did not believe for a second Juan Soto was taking less money because he wanted to be in front of Aaron Judge. The stars, the shining lights, the big, beautiful lights at Citi Field is where you want to be at. This is where Juan Soto is going to be, and more to come, Chris. I'm pumped right now. This is King Cohen, right? He never got the guy, right? Well, he got the guy and stole him from the Bronx. This is epic, guys. This is huge.
Can you hear me, Rob? First and foremost.
You're good. You're good.
Okay. Because my connection is always picking the wrong time to go out. Again, in the whole synopsis, did you say what the Yankees offer was? Because they have the Yankees offer right here.
Can you please say it? I haven't been looking at my phone.
It was for $760, 16 years was the Yankees offer, compared to 15 for $765.
They wanted a smaller AAV because of the luxury tax, like I said. So again, he went for $5 million more. That's how much he threw to the Yankees, right? You see, that's even worse for the New York Yankees. You know why? Because they went their 16th year just to drop the AAV a few $1 million, because they knew they weren't doing anything else. We were talking about this, Chris. That is it. And you know what? That makes it worse for the Yankee fans right now. It has to, because they weren't willing to go. I guarantee you, if he was 15 for 760, he'd probably be a Yankee. That's how minuscule it is. Right?
No, 100%. No. Listen, what I was going to say about it too, in addition to the 760 for 16 years, is that there are escalators in this contract. So I'm assuming they're meaning incentives that can reach $800 million. That can reach up to $800 million. And Mets fans, you know what the beautiful thing about this and what we've been screaming? This does not take the Mets out of competition for Pete Alonso. It does not.
Nope.
Because guess what?
Anybody.
They know that they need to pair Juan Soto with another bat. They know that. Rob, I'm so hyped. I'm speechless. Literally, probably 10 minutes before we went live, I had the worst feeling. I'm not going to lie. My pessimistic side took over. And that's natural. I feel like for a lot of Mets fans, it's natural. So if that was you too, it's okay. I understand. I was in the same boat. But we got him. And before we get any further, we appreciate everyone being here with us. We know that there's a lot of Juan Soto watch parties. We know that there's a lot of other podcasts that you can be, watching instead of us. So the fact that you all are here means the world to us. Let's celebrate. Again, I know there's a lot of fans of other teams here as well.
Man.
Again, I will reiterate, Yankees fans, your organization tried their best to what they can do. They identified what they wanted to do, and they executed the game plan. It just wasn't enough. So shout out to everybody. I see you, Ibby, in the chat too. Appreciate you. Listen, this is awesome. Mets fans, rejoice. But you know what? We're going to bask in this probably for the next couple of days. And guess what? For us, it's boom, pivot. What's the next move? Soto is done. What's the next move? And I hate to do that, right? I hate to do that.
True.
But you have to do it. In the winter meetings, now that Soto has fallen, the domino has fallen, we're going to see a lot of other deals go down. So, man, I'm so excited, Rob. I'm so excited. Juan Soto, since there was rumors of him being traded from the Nationals organization, I was like, damn, I wish we were not in that division. I need that guy in Queens. Full circle moment. Full freaking circle moment.
And you know what? Here's the thing, guys. This is what I love. You know what? I'm not going to be nice anymore, because I was respectful. I was nice to a lot of Yankee fans and the Yankee organization, but this is more. This is an embarrassment. It really is, right? Hal Steinbrenner basically told his fans that Juan Soto was not worth a couple of $1 million more a year, and wanted to go an extra year to save a little bit of money because they were concerned about the third luxury tax. That's what he told their fans. Now, they're very well under the luxury tax now. They can do a lot now. They could. Absolutely can do a lot now. And they could be better off as a team. But it's not Juan Soto. That's a huge difference. And again, you know what? Where are all the Yankee fans now? Aren't you shocked they're not here? Or they're here, but they're probably not saying nothing. Right? So there you go. And that's what happened?
My guy LV's in the chat. He's a Yankees fan. He congratulated us. There's cool Yankees fans.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely. So I just want to give a super chat out. I'm thrilled, but once the euphoria wears off, gotta admit that it's an outrageous contract. Yeah, but again, right? We're all the Met fans, the same ones that are in the chat, and probably more that are not here. How many times have they said Cohen's money didn't matter because he couldn't get the guy? He said, I'm getting the guy. That's it. He didn't care the price. So there's no problem with that. Who cares if it's outrageous? You know what? Ohtani's contract was outrageous last year, but the Dodgers already got a contract. And this is by no means saying the Mets got a World Series title in the bag. I'm not going to say that because I'm not delusional like Yankee fans, right? But Cohen wanted Juan Soto. I said this from the beginning. This was his baby. This was Cohen running things 2 years ago. And if you went to a season ticket holder thing at the time, it was one of the suites in at Citi Field. Steve Cohen spoke. And he secretly talked to the season tickets about Juan Soto in 2025. I never brought that up during the streams because I didn't think it was relevant, because I'm not going to throw out something like that and, people are just going to be like, oh, we told you so. But Cohen was waiting for this moment. He wasn't going to be denied. He just wasn't. Sorry, my dad just walked in as well.
All good, all good. I think Soto just posted on something here.
So there is an opt-out after year 5, which you knew there was going to be an opt-out.
Yeah, which puts him at 31 years old.
Correct.
If all else fails, again, he gets to test the market again. But there's
Correct.
no way he's opting out of this kind of deal, man.
But even if he does, what did I say? There's a 4 to 5 year window with Lindor, Nimmo, possibly Alonso. That is their prime years. So if he opts out, the Mets are probably going to have to, restructure a team anyway, based on the guys that are currently on the roster, possibly Alonso too, are in the mid 30s, where they might be breaking down. So they might have to go through a little bit of a process where Juan Soto might just go elsewhere, even though the money might not be as high, but he might not, the Mets might not be, right in the way to, that year be ready to go, and might start, trying to get younger with other players. But I don't think he's opting out. That's a lot of money. I don't think anybody's going to pay him more at 31 years old. So, but what about this? They broke the news on Sunday Night Football. How about that? I mean, wow. This is great. So it is an opt-out after the 5th year. So, and everybody's just going crazy on X right now. I'm trying to just catch up on everybody texting me. Like, I mean, there's people I haven't talked to in 5 years that are texting me right now. So
no, serious, people are hitting my phone right now saying, I know we haven't talked in a while, but congrats on Soto.
Yeah.
And if that's like an indicator of like how much this means to us, then again, like this is monumental. This is monumental.
Mm-hmm. And thank you guys for the super chats from me and Chris. I just want to pop them up there. I apologize. Trying to catch up on the comments here, guys.
Announced during Sunday Night Football. Was it during halftime? Was I correct when I tweeted that out, or was it?
I wasn't watching a football game, but somebody brought it up, so maybe it's true. I don't know. I wasn't watching the game. I was on MLB Network the whole time.
Yeah. And again, see the Dodgers fans or whoever other fans in the NL want to say that the Mets are still far behind these other teams. Wait till the end of the offseason, and then we'll assess that. We'll assess that after the offseason, because again, the Mets are just getting started right now. They're just getting started.
I just want to give a shout out to my boy Wayne. He texted me saying that he's watching the stream right now. My coworker. Appreciate you, Wayne. Love you. I won't see you tomorrow at work because I'm off. Thank God, another Juan Soto watch party. But he also posted Aaron Judge dropping a ball, like Yankees trying to re-sign Juan Soto. So hey, listen, they dropped the ball once again in less than a month. Couldn't win a World Series by dropping a ball and dropping the 5th inning, and they dropped the ball with Juan Soto. And again, this is not by any means, trying to troll Yankees. I'm really not trying to, but it's hard not to after all the nonsense they pulled over the last 2 days and beyond, right? There's nothing they can say anymore, right? There's nothing. And by the way, MLB Network put Juan Soto bat in second.
Yeah, of course they did. Of course they did. We'll see about that.
But that's without Alonso in the lineup yet, because obviously.
Sure.
All right, so let's look again. Yankees final offer 16 years, $760, $47.5 million. The Mets offer was okay. So it was basically $3.5 million more. That's how much he thought of you guys. He's not willing to take $3.5 million more to be a Yankee. That's a difference. It's a huge difference, and I told you. And wow, the Red Sox were 15 years, $700 million. So they were $65 million behind that. So there you go. Listen, guys.
What was the Red Sox one more time? Sorry, I'm trying to multitask here. What was the Red Sox?
700.
Oh, only 700?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's why you it seemed like the Red Sox were out. But what about the Blue Jays? Why are we hearing about the Blue Jays? Were the Blue Jays just posturing the whole time just to make their fans happy? That's crazy. But oh boy. Boy. Yes.
Rob, this is monumental for New York sports, for New York baseball,
really
and specifically Queens baseball. This is monumental. let me just tell you, wow, you get this guy in, in the doors here, and you pair him again. It doesn't have to be Pete Alonso. You would think that the Mets' immediate focus is going to be, okay, Scott Boras, we just got a deal done. Major guy, the highest paid player in history, right?
Yep. Yep.
Now let's go get Pete Alonso and perhaps make him the highest paid first baseman, which I know a lot of Mets fans don't want to do. I get the optics of it. Yeah.
Yep.
But it's something that, again, with these contracts, as crazy as they are, you can be rest assured that Pete Alonso will probably be the highest paid first baseman
Yep.
when it's said and done.
And I do have to say this, as I have been saying for the last couple of days, that I was concerned the Mets weren't going to be going for it. Now, I didn't think the Juan Soto situation kind of, because if he would have chose the Yankees, I don't think it would have been because Cohen didn't offer the most money. But I was worried that the Mets wouldn't go for it if they didn't land Juan Soto. This is going for it. You don't overpay, or you don't completely get the highest bid, and you were basically $3.5 million more AAV per year, while the Yankees offered $760 for 16. So they have to $3.5 million less. And you know what? The question is going to be, why didn't they go the extra mile?
Yeah.
I wonder why. You know why? Because Hal Steinbrenner is a punk. That's why. You know what? I'm not even being cute anymore. I'm not even being troll. I just truly believe that. And you know what? If the Red Sox offer was what it was, 15 for 700, then the Yankees really did blow that out of the water. So that little push for Hal Steinbrenner, why do you think that he stopped? Because it's kind of odd that it's only $3.5 million per year. It's not that much. Like, do you think it was the luxury tax issue with them?
I have no idea. Rob. I wish I had an idea. I just simply don't have any idea on why they decided to stop. If they were in that far, it doesn't make sense. And again, I can't crunch the numbers in terms of why, like the luxury tax thresholds, etc. I wish I could, but I can't do that while we're on stream right now. But I simply just can't think of why they wouldn't at least match at that point. I don't know, man. It's tough.
Yeah. And listen, I'm pumped up, right? But we all know the job is not done. Like, if this was the last signing of the offseason, where it was down the road in January and the Mets kind of, a lot of the free agents are off the board, trades are done, the Mets kind of have almost their roster ready, maybe I would be more pumped. Like, I'm pumped, but like I would be more like satisfied. Like, this is satisfying because it shuts up Yankee fans for a while, and that makes me feel good. And I can't wait to go to work on Tuesday with all my Mets fan coworkers that happen to be in North Carolina, which is hilarious, but they're there. And I do have to say, guys, this is just crazy. It really is, because we Met fans wait for the other shoe to drop, right? We've been conditioned for things to go wrong, right? We've been conditioned to not get our way, right? Even Carlos Beltran went back to the Yankees to get a final offer, right? Juan Soto went back to Cohen probably and says, this is the Yankees offer. What are you going to do? And, depending on what the bonus was, I know $75 million for the Mets, the signing bonus, but maybe the Yankees didn't offer that, or whatever it might be. But I don't think it was just the 16 years, $760 million. I think there had to be more than that, right? I think the opt-out was probably just, excuse me, I haven't seen it yet, but the opt-out might have been the same with the Yankees after 5 years, which I think is a perfect opt-out year. It's so perfect. Like, we thought it was going to be 3 years, right? The third year.
Yeah, that's what we said before.
5 years is probably, it couldn't be more perfect. Like, as I talked about the ages with the other guys on this Mets roster and possibly Alonso, like it's so perfect. And, again, if he opts out, it's 5 years away, right? We're talking about 2030 here, so it's like, shit, man. Like, I think the Mets are going to destroy this offseason, man. I truly believe this now.
And that's exactly right. And I'm sorry if I was cutting in and out before, if you mentioned this, is that you don't make this move and pay that much money to Juan Soto and give him the opt-out after 5 years if you don't plan on building a team that can beat the Dodgers in terms of going balls to the wall the rest of the offseason for
Yep.
both pitching and offense. You don't do that. You don't do that. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be a smart investment. And so, again, and this is why it always made sense for the Mets to go get him, because this is a smarter investment for the Mets than it is the Yankees in terms of being able to fill in the rest of your roster. Yes, the Yankees would have competed for, a World Series berth in the AL with Juan Soto and everything else remaining consistent, maybe a slight upgrade here and there at a certain position. But, again, they would have been limited in things that they could do. The Mets are not limited, ladies and gentlemen. This is the most beautiful thing about this signing. And I know, Rob, we expressed some concerns about the pitching and what the Mets are going to do for the pitching. Again, this is why I don't worry, right, in terms of what the Mets are going to do. Juan Soto's a Met, 765, almost 800 with certain incentives. They're going to go get the pitching to compete. That's not a question. Not a question.
And Josh just put this up, and I want to be 100% clear. This is 100% right. This is a great comment here. This attracts other free agents. Money's the main issue, main cause, but there's people that want to play with Juan Soto. This is not just a situation. Well, like, now players that might have not been thinking about the Mets and say, you know what? Shit, look what they're doing here. And you know what? It also looks like, hey, the Mets are going to do what they need to do money-wise to get what they want. And you know what? I think we're in on everybody now, guys. Obviously Anthony Santander is not possible now, obviously. But you know what? I think Burns is on the table now. I think Fried's on the table now. Obviously, Alonso is probably next up.
Yeah.
Like, we're on plan B, we're on plan A right now. This is where we are. We're on the plan A line right now. We're in full bore right now. And would I be shocked if Alonso signs in the next couple of days with the Mets? Nope. Because you know what? Remember I always said that Boris wasn't going to speak about other clients when they're talking about Juan Soto? The two guys that are the Mets plan A, Burns and Alonso, guess who's their agent? And I think we're going to hear it rather quickly. I wouldn't be shocked if Alonso signs over the next couple of days in winter meetings. So, man, I tell you, Steve Cohen, there shouldn't be another bad word about Steve Cohen. Remember when we love Hayden, but Hayden killed Cohen every step of the way for 2 years now. He did badly, right? Small market Stearns, and again, this was not Stearns at all. I can assure you, right? Nope. I can't wait for the Steve Cohen tweet.
Yeah.
But it's absolutely amazing, and we've stressed ourselves out. And I think we all hesitated when we saw the John Heyman tweet and made sure it wasn't a fake account. I think we all did it.
Oh, yeah, I did. Because I saw literally 2 minutes before I saw that Heyman notification, I saw a fake Jeff Passan account saying Soto to the Mets. And listen, I dropped a video on my channel saying full bore with the question mark, probably last week, a week and a half ago. I literally said it. The thumbnail, you can see it on my channel with Pete Alonso and Juan Soto. I had Sevy in there too. Unfortunately, Sevy's gone. But I said full bore. This is the next thing, is to get this guy in the lineup. Pete Alonso. That power is going to be absolutely insane no matter how you cut it. Even if you put Alonso behind Soto, it doesn't matter. But you know what? You did something right. When people who have bashed Steve Cohen, right? Not only Hayden, but a lot of other people in this fan base. And a lot of other people were going to bash him. Even if he had the highest offer and Soto chose to be a Yankee, we would have never heard of it from those particular Mets fans about Steve Cohen and his inability to get it done. But when you got Frank the Tank tweeting out This is the biggest FU to the Yankees, and Steve Cohen actually got it done, and the Mets aren't little brothers anymore. You've made that portion of the fan base as well. Again, I can understand why Mets fans have had a long tenure of pessimistic thinking. I'll never fault a Mets fan for that. I understand where they're coming from, but it's a new era of Mets baseball. It really is. And I think people who weren't coming around to that before, just because of when Lindor first came over, not the best success as a team, right? It's a little bit delayed. It's a little bit delayed, but that's okay. We'll take it. The process is there, and I like the process.
Yep.
And guess what? Soto chose the Mets. He could have easily taken that Yankees offer, by the way, Rob.
Oh, yeah,
He could have
absolutely.
easily taken that Yankees offer.
Mhm.
Again, people are talking about $20 million, right? Let's do the math on that. What is that? That's $5 million short, okay? So 760 over 16. What's the AAV on that? Let's do the math. Did you do the
It
math
was
already?
47 and a half.
47 and a half compared to
51.
51. So that's what? Okay, so that's
$2.5
$3.5 million dollars you said, right?
Yeah.
Times 15. See, that's 50, almost $50 million. And what I said needs to be the differential. That's what I said, Rob.
So it was $50 million in total AAV per year if you add it up all together, right? You did 3.5 times 15, right?
Yes, correct. That's
Exactly.
2.5.
So again, this is why I think if the Yankee fans are going to be truthful here, and I don't know if they're in the chat, maybe they're hiding it right now, probably. This is what Philly fans did a couple of years ago when the Phillies kind of embarrassed themselves, right? This is what happens, right? The fact of the matter is that this is more the $20 million difference. If it was 730, 710, right? It was $20 million difference. All things equal, opt-outs, deferments, whatever. That made the Yankees look a little bit better. This doesn't, because they were so close. And technically, it was $50 million over a course of a contract based on AAV. The Yankees wanted to save $3.5 million per year to do what? What are you going to do with that $3.5 million?
Yeah, that's
Find a reliever? That's what I don't understand. And you know what? I don't care. It's not my problem. It's Yankee fans' problem. But they're going to have to question that. Why go so far, but stop there? It's stupid. It's a complete debacle. Regardless of what the Yankees do. Now, the Yankees can make great moves. They can sign Max Fried, trade for Bellinger, and all that fun stuff, and get a lot, get good players. But now you're relying once again on Aaron Judge to step up once again. Because the guy who stepped up was the guy who told you F you for $3.5 million less. Again, that's an easy contract to take if you're Juan Soto. You could have took that Yankee offer, and you know what? It was so close. It was so understandable from any side. The Met fans, we would have said it. Damn, that was close enough. I understand why he took the Yankee deal, even if it was a couple $1 million less per year. But the fact that he chose the Mets because of that little bit of money, and it is a little bit of money, right? $50 million over 15 years is a little bit of money. It's $3.5 million per year. What are the Yankees going to do with $3.5 million per year? That's what I don't. That's the crazy part. And I'm not trying to bring up more Yankee talk or anything like that, but it's just the whole concept of what were the Yankee fans saying this whole time? If the Yankees are close, he's going to the Yankees. Well, clearly, that's just not. It wasn't the case. So unless the Yankees truly believe that was enough, or let's hear this one out. Boris called Steve Cohen like he said he would do with the final call. Maybe the Yankees thought it was in the bag, and Steve Cohen says, "What will it take?" And Juan Soto said, this, and this. And they never called back the Yankees. I hope we find out that's true. Because, oh my God, Bleacher Creatures, one last time. Juan Soto. Juan Soto. Do it one more time on opening day, just for the hell of it. We might hear it in Queens. Because that is an epic failure by your owner. for $3.5 million. Oh man. And you know what? It just makes the Mets look so much better in this aspect because Cohen did get the final word. Cohen won the first ever battle between one of the best players in baseball. That was a Yankee. And that battle was won by the team in Flushing. Queens-bound Juan Soto. He looks good in orange and blue. I can tell you, it looks great.
Hell yeah, he does. Hell
Great,
yeah,
buddy.
he does. The amazing video of Soto celebrating with his friends in a hot tub, getting beer poured all over his head with his hands in the air. He's ecstatic. He's happy. He knows he has just signed a historic mega deal. And you know what? He deserves it, man. I mean, he definitely deserves it. And did you talk about the you see that? That's awesome, man. I like to see that. Did you talk about that one Bill Madden tweet already? The final call?
He was dead on. And that Yankee, he was.
That's crazy. He literally and valid Yankees reporters follow his account. Steve Cohen follows his account. He tweeted out probably like 30 minutes before. He was like, props to the Yankees for going as high as they did. But Steve Cohen reportedly is preparing to offer $800 million. And for lack of a better term, he did.
Yep.
It was.
With incentives and all of that. So exactly. So Bill Madden, who hasn't tweeted since, I think he said something about who was it? One of the basketball announcer, Coach V or whatever his name is.
Dickie V.
Dickie V, there you go. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Dickie V, that was the last time he tweeted about the cancer situation with him and trying to give him support. So when he tweeted that, all of a sudden, right after that, Conforto went to the Dodgers. Then Dontrelle Willis says, are they really going to give him $800 million? And then it started coming out, more and more reporters and players saying, wow, really? And then you see the Yankee fans, a couple of, the King source, I think it was, that said, Bill Madden's a fake account, even though it wasn't because he was looking at his old Daily News X account.
Yeah.
So again, kudos to Bill Madden, who is not really a reporter. He's retired. And he was basically a Yankee and Met writer for the Daily News. So he was on both sides. And he wrote a book about the Yankees. So that guy wasn't trolling anybody. And to him to put that out there, and then John Heyman, who we were all waiting for a passing bomb, Chris, and we get the John Heyman tweet. And again, I think, we just talked about it for everybody who's just tuning in as the numbers jumped up over the last 2 minutes. We all double checked our phone to make sure John Heyman, it was the right account. And then you had to refresh Twitter to make sure that somebody else posted it. So it's like,
no way, dude. Juan Soto's on FaceTime with Donovan Mitchell right now.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. Donovan Mitchell, baby. That's awesome.
That's awesome. That is
Look at
awesome.
Mitchell, like, baby. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Holy smokes. Yeah, man. So what gave it, honestly, I was in the back of my mind, though. I was waiting. I was obviously waiting on the passing bomb, but in the back of my mind, I was like, Heyman was the first one to say that a decision could be reached tonight, right? Or tomorrow. He said tonight or tomorrow, right?
Mike Puma.
No.
You mean before? Yeah, earlier today.
Yes, correct.
Gotcha.
Earlier today. And again, he said tonight or tomorrow, which was kind of obvious. But again, that made me feel like, okay, Heyman has a decent shot at least breaking this. And then Puma tweeted out that the decision is probably imminent tonight and tonight only. And obviously, they're both New York Post guys. I saw someone say that Puma probably leans more toward having more knowledge from Steve Cohen, and Heyman obviously having that knowledge and established relationship and connection with Scott Boras. So, this was Heyman's story to break, honestly, from the start. And I love it, man. This is awesome. Just like seeing the timeline, all the chats that we're in, people texting us, congrats on Soto. This is what it means to be a Mets fan. This is what it means to be a Mets fan. It's awesome to see us celebrating as one.
Could we finally put the Wilpon era to bed, please, and never say same old Mets or LOL Mets. This is done. It's over. 100% over. The Wilpon era is officially dead and buried the same way Shea Stadium has become dead and buried. All right? Put the Wilpons next to the old Shea Stadium home plate in the parking lot, guys. It's done. Let's not talk about it anymore. And again, there is nobody, Yankee fans or others, that can say anything about the little brother anymore. And look, this is not saying we're winning championships here, but it gets you one step closer, man. It really does. Remember, we got to Game 6 of the NLCS with Lindor having an MVP season and our big boys not really having good seasons. Now you add Juan Soto to that mix.
Yep.
A guy who thrived in the 2024 postseason in New York, by the way. This is huge, guys. I don't think we're all grasping this. Like, I know we're excited, but you have to understand, this is huge. We got one of the best players in baseball. We took him from the Yankees. We outbidded the Yankees, and we're getting better. We're getting better, right? Next up is probably going to be Alonso or another pitcher, in my opinion. I think this is going to happen quicker. I don't think Steve Cohen and the Mets are going to mess around. I think they want to finish this roster as quickly as possible, specifically the pitching, the rotation, and the lineup. I don't think they want to mess around here, Chris, in my opinion.
We both heard that things are going to take off. Like Garrett Crochet's trade market is already heating up, and he could be dealt within the next couple of days from the White Sox to any suitor that is after him. So, the market is going to shape up. As soon as tomorrow, we're going to see a flurry of deals. And we're probably going to be talking about it, right? We're probably going to be talking about it. And again, this is a step in. This is what kicks off the Mets being a destination spot alongside the Yankees, alongside the Dodgers. This is what kicks that process off. Because again, even with Steve Cohen and even with Francisco Lindor, kickstarting that process with a trade and then the re-sign, etc., right? It always felt like still the Mets were behind those teams from what we saw in free agency when it came to the big guys. And you know what? Now it seems like it's an even level playing field. And that's exactly what we've been waiting for. That's exactly what we've been waiting for.
And here comes the Yankee fans. I knew they were coming. The Yankees are better. The Mets don't have 27 world titles. Well, Juan Soto just shitted on your 27 world championships. That's how much it meant to him. Nothing.
Exactly.
Right? You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna win one for the Mets. And you know what? It would be fitting if we beat the Yankees. But the Yankees, because they're gonna be in the World Series because the AL is trash. So do you really need Juan Soto? Probably not to get to the World Series because the AL is very trash. As Juan Soto is now back in the National League where he belongs, by the way. And Juan Soto always wanted to be a Met. You don't celebrate like that in the hot tub. So here's another thing. He was in the hot tub when he got the news. So that means Boris was leading this the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Juan Soto probably says, listen, I want to stay in New York. Make it happen with whichever team.
Whichever team.
Correct.
He had no connection to the Yankees. He had no care in the world about his time in the Bronx. He didn't. And Mark DeRosa was preaching that on MLB Network when they're at the winter meetings doing this roundtable discussion and doing these shows. Mark DeRosa literally said, if he was a Yankee for maybe 3 years, maybe that changed the ball game. He was a Yankee for all of one season, and that meant diddly squat to him. He did not care about the pinstripes. He didn't care about the bleacher creatures. He didn't care about Yankee Stadium and the short porch. None of that. And obviously the money helps too. But again, we're talking about minuscule differences, right? And, Yankees fans trying to sell us that if these offers are close, he's still going to be a Yankee. Well, you might want to reevaluate that.
It was extremely close. And that should be a bigger issue if you're a Yankees fan, because it's not like they were $50 million overall contract or $20 million. They were $5 million technically officially with the overall deal. but the AAV is where the embarrassment should lie for the New York Yankees. $3.5 million less per year was the breaking point for Hal Steinbrenner. Like, Hal, why didn't you just back out a week ago? What was the point of going this far? How dare you give hope to Yankee fans? I mean, it's a, again, this is by no means saying that the Yankees can't have a good offseason. Of course they can. We even talked about the Mets having a good offseason if they didn't get Juan Soto. But now the Yankees have to pivot to plan B. And guess what, guys? There ain't that much out there anymore, right? I thought Willie Adames would probably be a perfect addition for the Yankees, considering the fact that they kind of want Jazz Chisholm to go to second. They need a third baseman. They need a first baseman. And, maybe Hal Steinbrenner is pissed off. Because I still feel Juan Soto made that final. Scott Boras made the final call to the Mets when they got the Yankees offer, and Steve Cohen topped it. And what I'm thinking is, Hal Steinbrenner mad enough that he might sign Pete Alonso, or try to? Do you think that's a possibility now that he's that upset? I'm curious,
Yes.
really curious.
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
I do agree
Because
with that.
what other like you just said, what other options were there? From the sounds of it, Yankees fans all wanted Adames as their plan B, and I think that's what the Yankees were originally hoping for until the Giants swooped in and said, "To hell with that, he's our guy." You know what I mean? And so I do think that they're going to pivot hard for Pete Alonso,
I agree.
like very hard. And
Now
you know what?
we're gonna see how badly Pete Alonso wants to be a Met this time, huh?
Exactly. This will reveal Pete's true
Ooh.
colors at the end of the day, because it's not a Juan Soto situation. Pete's a life Met. Let's see how much it means to him. Let's see if he comes back to the New York Mets with the final chance to match that offer. Let's see. I'm curious. I'm so curious.
Well, I just customized my Juan Soto jersey. It's in the mail.
Oh my goodness. That's quick. I was gonna
That's
say
what I was
right
doing.
after
I'm
this.
sorry. I was doing that while I was doing it. And I'm like, dude, like I had to make sure I got the number right, the name right, because sometimes you get a little crazy and you're not paying attention, and I get
Little
Sote.
typo.
Yeah, I don't want Sote. So I want Soto. I don't want that jersey from China. So
Yeah, man. No, I hear you, man. I hear you.
listen. All right, guys. So this is what happens. Everybody take a sigh of relief. We got our guy. Now it's time to finish the rest of the roster. All right. What do you think, Chris? Who do you think is next for the New York Mets? Big signing or big trade? What do you think is coming next? Because this is numero uno. This is the number one guy on the market. We got him. I don't think we're going to plan D at this point for players. Who is the next signing or trade? Big signing or trade. Name that guy.
Oh man. You know what? I think the next big signing or trade.
Come on, I know what you're gonna say.
Do you?
I think so.
Maybe. I think the next big signing or trade is going to be a trade for Luis Castillo from the Seattle Mariners. That's what I think.
I was gonna say, I know you were gonna say Max Fried signing, but
No.
what we remember, we were talking about Juan Soto for a couple of days. Juan Soto, Luis Castillo, over the course of a week, and we really haven't heard anything about that. But remember, I just sent it to you earlier tonight, that the Mariners are now shopping Luis Castillo. So, like, I think that can be very likely. And again, Mets, if you're not happy with that and again, the Mets are not linked to that yet, but the fact of the matter is, Luis Castillo is now available. So now there's 4 options officially now for the New York Mets to get a top line starting pitcher. And why
Well,
stop
he's not
there?
available 100%. They're just willing to take on offers for him. But I think that
Yeah,
the
sure.
Mets will identify that and try to swing a deal there. I do. But if it's Max Fried, I'm not complaining either, Rob. I just think that other teams are said to be too involved in on Max Fried, in particular the Yankees, right? To where I don't feel comfortable, even though you all know number one option for me, money wise and fit wise, was Max Fried to get him in these doors. I'm just not confident enough to say that that would be the next move.
We got a passing bomb.
No way.
Right-handed reliever. Blake Treinen goes to the Dodgers.
Oh, okay. I saw that before. I thought the next Mets move was already happened. I thought that they re-signed Peter or something already.
I think most Met fans are probably going to get some sleep tonight. It's not even midnight, and we got the Mets. I mean, most of us are probably going to be staying up, keep on refreshing X just to see, all the Juan Soto stuff. I'm waiting for Juan Soto to change his Instagram to that ugly pinstripe, to the beautiful pinstripe of the New York Mets, and all that stuff. So, but you can get some sleep tonight, guys. And if we wake up to another Met signing, I'm not gonna be mad. I'm gonna sleep like a freaking baby tonight. I smell my Juan Soto jersey from New York. Like I feel it. Like it's on me already. Right? I'm wearing it the first day I get it. Like it's happening. So it wasn't cheap, but it's customizable. So you got a customized jersey, right? So I went with the pinstripe. Right? You gotta go with the old. You gotta go with the
Good choice.
The home choice, you got to go with the home field. I was going to go with the blue, but I'm like, maybe the gray, because the gray's a nice color, right?
I like the gray a lot.
The gray is nice, but you have to get a Juan Soto home jersey, and I'm going to make it official, right? I don't know when these shirts are going to come out, or maybe tomorrow. Steve Cohen's probably already got it ready. We signed Juan Soto. Tonight, everybody who's watching, right? Subscribe to the channel. LGM in the chat. And I'm going to pick a winner to get a Juan Soto t-shirt. Maybe I'll go jersey. Maybe I'll go jersey. I'm not sure yet. I might go a little crazy, right? I'm excited right now, right? You guys supported us through the terrible times and the great times. This is a great time for the New York Mets right now. So I'm not gonna do customizable, because that's not cool. If it is a jersey, I'm not gonna do customizable. I'm gonna wait until the jersey actually is official. You can get it on the shops, and I'm gonna do that. All right. So LGM, boom, let's go, guys. I'm saving this chat is saved so I can look over it. So Mia, you're out of the running. Let's go. Yankees don't count. Yes, LGM, let's go. Bring it up, guys. Guys, come on, let's go. Let's go. Subscribe to the channel. Both of our channels, by the way. Both of our channels. All right, please. That's not
those LGMs.
Not just me, right? LGM in my chat. I don't know if the chat links together. Who the hell knows anymore? I don't know how it works. But LGM, even if you're doing it on Chris's channel, he'll tell me the names, and I'm gonna put it in a big old pile and do a little spinning wheel and pick who it is. Me and Chris will do it together, so nobody's one-upping each other or bullshitting each other, right? I know a couple of people that subscribe to the channel. I mean, more than that probably. But again, everybody's doing it now. Larry, Amy, let's see, Shane, all those guys, live, respect Carlos, everybody, right? It's all going to be documented on Chris's channel and my channel. Subscribe to both channels, LGM in the chats, both chats. And depending on how fast something comes out, I want to get it as soon as possible, right? You can get a black shirt, pinstripe, blue jersey, I don't care. Whatever it is, shirt, whatever comes out first, right? I customize mine because I want it right away. I'm just a nutcase, right? I did it with Lindor. I went to the MLB shop in the city the next day and got the jersey, got it customized. So I'm nuts like that. It's what I do. Can't wait for the 7-Line Army to pop up some Juan Soto stuff right away now. So Juan Soto is our guy, Chris. 15 years, $765 million. Opt out in the 5th year, $75 million bonus, no deferrals. And they beat the New York Yankees in the guy that they had. They had him. They saw him in right field. He played for them. He hit that big home run. He was in the shadow of Aaron Judge, and he goes, fuck that. I'm the man now. I am the man right now, right? We all remember that, right? I am the man right now. Jordani Valdespin, right? He said that long time ago, right? So if we want to stay on a little bit more, it's up to both of us, right? I mean, we're up, right? We thought this was going to be.
I got another at least 15 minutes, man. I got another 15 minutes on the channel. you sent me the link to the jersey because guess what I'm gonna do now? I'm gonna go ahead and get my jersey right after we end this stream 100%.
I went to Mets.com and I did a customizable jersey. That's all I did. Nothing special.
Oh, I might get the road gray, man. I don't know.
Yo, I tell you, I thought about it. I did. While I'm doing it, I'm like, damn, that gray looks nice. When they give you like a preview of it, I'm like, ooh, that gray looks nice. But I'm like, let me go with the home jersey. I'm wearing it to Houston. I know that for a fact. Chris, I think you said you might spring training is on, right? We can probably do it. All right, let me just put in my vacation time and let me see if I can get it. If not, I'll let you know. But I'll probably find my way there. It's a weekend thing. I'll probably call out. Who cares?
We're there. We're there. If anyone's in the area of spring training too, love to meet some of you all. We appreciate the support again on both of our channels. And again, the giveaway, right? I mean, both of our chats are linked. We both have the replay in terms of looking back at all the names. We have it documented. Everyone's saying LGM. You are eligible for this giveaway. And again, we do giveaways on the channel. I gave out a Lindor jersey to my guy Carlos O, who's not in the chat right now, but he got his Lindor jersey. And again, we're doing content all season long, in season, spring training. We're going to try to get out there, do live content from Florida at spring training. And again, we're locked into this team. We love the team. We spent 3 hours on streams for Juan Soto watch parties the day before he even signs in anticipation, because that's how much we love this team, right? And it pays off because guess what? Now he's a New York Met. Now we are ordering his jersey, and we get to watch him every day for the next 5 years at the minimum. At the minimum, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's a special feeling. It's a special feeling, 100%. But what's even more exciting about this is that we know that the Mets are going after it. They're going after it. And the easiest path to going after it was by getting Juan Soto. That was the first domino that had to fall, and it fell. And it's an amazing thing to see. It's an amazing. And what's even more amazing is that, again, like Yankees fans are cool. Like most Yankees fans are cool, but then you have 27 rings. And just the overall coping mechanisms that Yankees fans are starting to utilize now. And we told you all, right, that he wanted to be that guy. He wanted to be the man, as Rob just said. So all this smoke from Heyman talking about, oh, he really likes hitting, Aaron Judge hitting behind him. He doesn't need anybody to hit behind him. He doesn't care if it's Aaron Judge. He doesn't care. He wants to be that guy. And you know what? Obviously, the money helps, but those offers are pretty damn similar. You know what that tells me, Rob? That tells me that he is not scared to go back to the NL, where you have teams like the Dodgers, the Padres, the Phillies, the Braves. He's not scared. He's willing to take that on, and he's committed to bringing a championship to Queens. And that's exactly the type of player that you want in your organization. Exactly the type.
Yep. I want proven players who do it in the playoffs. And if you're watching MLB Network right now, Yankee fans in particular, the last time you're going to see him in the jersey when he hit that the home run against the Guardians, that got you to the World Series. Cherish that. And you know what? Now you can really blame Aaron Judge for quote unquote dropping the ball and not getting the World Series with Juan Soto. Juan Soto opted out of the New York Yankees officially. And going down the road, but not too far away to Queens, the City Field, where the energy is, where it's crazy, where it's popping, where the fun clubhouse is, right? He can't roll a beard, but if he wants to, he can now. But like this is the ironic thing here, right? The Yankee fans were never in coping mode, right? They were very confident, and it was clearly trolling on the channel, or at least on mine. Right? It's a coping mechanism now. I guarantee you, Keith McPherson on WFAN right now, and he's been a little pro Mets lately, which is kind of weird. And during their run in the playoffs, he was kind of pro Mets, which is weird because
he just tweeted out too, saying Juan Soto chose the Mets with the laughing emoji and a peace sign emoji. So he's pretty upset right now. I can tell.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a coping mechanism. Right? Just the same way that he embarrassed John Heyman, which was a bullshit move by him, because you don't do that to a guy you said, hey, come on and talk Soto. You don't do that to somebody, right? Yeah, exactly. That's unprofessional. And you know what? That's a coping mechanism. And most Yankee fans are going to do that right now. You wanted this guy. Don't think for a second. Don't let no Yankee fan tell you that they didn't want him, regardless of the cost. They wanted him, right? It was obvious, right? It's a fact. And again, regardless of this situation where he's a Met, right? He was in the hot tub when he got the call. So that tells me I still believe that, because this is something that goes back years. He talked about playing at Citi Field, being a Met when he was like 21, 22 years old with the Nationals. He talked about that when they were asking him. I think it was like a special on MLB Network where they had like, amateur reporters asking him questions, and there was a Met fan that asked him that. The kid was like 14 years old, and he said it. I'm sorry.
Rob, so Ken Rosenthal is reporting, even though that there's a player option after the 5th year, the Mets can void Soto's opt-out after 5 years by escalating his AAV from 51 to 55 over the next 10 years. So the Mets have the ultimate say at that point. That's the weird contract language that takes time to go ahead and put in there, right? You can have a player option, but if we give you $4 million more annually over the last 10 years of the deal, you are not going anywhere. That's what it is in simplest terms.
And you know what? That's even worse for the Yankees, because they're telling you they're willing to give him another $4 million, right? And remember the whole thing where Cole was pissed off at the Yankees and he opted out, and they're like, oh, we can come back. We'll come back. Come back. Just come back, right? So it was kind of like a slap in the face with Cole and the Yankees. And the Mets just have something similar to that, where we'll give you a couple $1 million more. And Cohen's not going to cry over $4 million in an extra year. It's just over the next years of the contract. It's a great feeling, guys. And it's just, for Met fans who went through the rings. And again, I'm not 60 years old or anything like that. I know my dad's in the mid 60s, so he's dealt with champion. He was at 86 at Shea Stadium when they won. He was there for all the games. He was a baby when in 69. But for the fans that dealt with all the nonsense, and I grew up, my golden high school years were the late 90s, when the Yankees were the dominant team in baseball, the dynasty. And to constantly get picked on because I was a Mets fan, and everybody around me, my baseball teammates, were all Yankee fans. My coach was a Yankee fan. He made me do extra suicides because I was a Mets fan. This is no joke. This is a fact.
That's crazy.
This is why I could not wait for a moment like this. And again, this has nothing to do with on field, right? On field, you play the game and you see what happens. Anybody can win, anybody can lose. But to do this is just, it gives you the feeling that now everybody is on notice. Everybody is on notice, because when the Mets quote unquote signed Correa and we basically stole them from the Giants, I know that wasn't technically how, that we actually didn't sign him, obviously, but people thought Steve Cohen put everybody on notice with that, where he snuck in the middle of the night and took Correa, a player from a team. That was huge, and that people put people on notice. This is on another level, because this is the highest contract in baseball history for a 26-year-old phenom who's already has a World Series title at the age of 19, who was one of the co-players on the Yankees who got them to a World Series. And he didn't think for a second to go back to the Yankees to quote unquote unfinished business, as a lot of Yankee fans were tweeting over the last few hours. He wanted new blood, fresh blood, not that old dusty 27 world championships that nobody cares about anymore.
There's dust collecting on them.
Yeah, who cares? He didn't care about that, and he is now wearing the orange and blue and ready to dominate the landscape of Major League Baseball. He is part of the solution with Lindor, with Nimmo, possibly with Alonso, Vientos, Alvarez, Keep it going. You want to keep it going? Let's go. Kodai Senga, right? Frankie Montas. And again, Yankees, thank you for giving us your hand-me-downs. We appreciate Juan Soto, right?
We took both of their all-stars, Clay Holmes and Juan Soto.
Yeah, exactly. Just imagine if you had all those players last year, you might have actually won. You should have took Harrison Bader. Guys, this is a moment where Mets fans need to gloat a little bit, right? You have a 24-hour free pass to troll the hell out of all your Yankee fans, friends. And it's great that it's Sunday going into a workday Monday because it's beautiful, right? I know there's a lot of people that go, and I had my friend text me saying, I can't wait to go to work tomorrow. He goes, my manager and my 4 coworkers that I work around the cubicle with are all Yankee fans. He goes, if I was able to get a Juan Soto jersey, I'd wear it to work and get a write-up that I'm not wearing my work gear. That's what he said to me. So
bragging rights, man. It's bragging rights.
Yeah, it is. It always has been. And right, the little brother is not the little brother anymore. This puts a stamp on everything that we were trying to get to as a franchise. We never did this to the Yankees, ever. Carlos Beltran was close, but not really.
Yeah.
This was totally different. This was on another level. All right, so Andy Martino just tweeted, the Yankees were in the lead for Soto all through the process. Through the weekend and late afternoon today, Steve Cohen came from the top rope very late. So there you go. So what does that
late
tell you?
than never.
Yeah, but again, this was Steve Cohen not, and what we talked about, Chris, we were adamant about this. Steve Cohen is not going to be denied here. This was his baby. This was what he wanted to do. Chris, I think we can end it now that we said everything we needed to say.
I got one thing for you, Rob. I got one thing for you.
Go.
Let's take a look at because this is important as it relates to the rest of free agency. So I have Spotrac pulled up, and they said projected total payroll, including estimates for arbitration and pre-arbitration, is at $182.150 million. That's before Juan Soto. So in addition to Juan Soto's now 51, just over $1 million AAV, 233,650,000 is now your new number, taking into account Juan Soto. I'm pretty sure if my math is correct.
And the luxury tax threshold is what, 320 something?
Let's see what it is. There's multiple tax thresholds. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's look this up because this is important to realize.
Yes.
So
and I have a good opinion towards it in regards to why you're talking about it.
Yeah, so there's so the Mets are at 233.650, and that's taken into account Montas, Holmes. I'm pretty sure it does. First year, 20% tax and all. I'm trying to look up exactly what it is.
Yeah, guys, we're not worried about the first and second threshold. We're talking about the Steve Cohen luxury tax threshold, the third big tax. Like I think it's in the 320s, if I'm not mistaken.
It changes from year to year, I'm pretty sure too.
Correct. Yeah, it does by like the average amount of money the entire baseball what the players got. I think what it is.
The threshold for penalties begins at 230 million. Again, that's the initial tier, incrementally to 244 by 2026. The second threshold is 20 million above at 250. The third threshold is 40 million above first 270. Fourth threshold is 60 million above the first 290. So the amount that is taxed is only the amount above the CBT. For example, if Cohen and the Mets were to have payroll above 290 million this season, he would be taxed 80% of 60 million and pay an additional 48 million.
Okay, so let's get. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying it might be a little bit less than in the 300s.
Okay, well, even if it is 290, right? The Mets still have $56.4 million to work with to get up to that level of 290. If it's more than that, then it's more. But right now it's 56.4 million. I just did the math. So they can sign Pete Alonso for $28 million, right? Let's just do the math, right? Minus 28 million, right? That's 28.4 million left that they can spend. Now, this is before they get to that third threshold. They can sign Corbin Burns for, say, $38 million. Now they're just above by $10 million the third threshold, which Steve Cohen is not afraid to go over. He's done it the last couple of seasons. So what is and by the way, it resets because they got under I think because of this year they were under it, I think. Or was it because, like, I'm trying to figure out, were they still over that luxury tax because
They still were.
They still were. So the fact of the matter is they can sign Alonso, they can sign Burns, and they'll be $10 million over the luxury. And after you're over the third luxury tax, the Steve Cohen tax, you're paying 80% no matter what. So he already proved that if he wants to, he's going to keep going because there's no more percentage they can take from him except 80%. So it's going to be fun because I think he's going to go crazy.
Yeah, and listen, I mean, last year, what did Steve Cohen pay? $101 million in luxury tax alone. I mean, this guy is insane. He is insane. 100%. Like, that is something that no other owner ever would be able to take on or would even want to take on. So again, it's not a concern for the New York Mets, and Steve Cohen has already made that known. They are going to continue to build this team. And I guess they really weren't lying that 2025 was the time to go in on it. And you know what? I'm happy they did it. So, we'll probably end this here, but my final thoughts is that let's rejoice. Mets fans, again, you are allowed to celebrate loud and proud, right? Like, this is Queens baseball at the end of the day. This is Queens baseball, the New York Mets, and this is the start of something great in terms of the working dynamic of the two New York teams right now and the current statuses of the two New York teams. So at the end of the day, it's a short turnaround, though. Again, you celebrate, but you move on. Because Steve Cohen, at least David Stearns, Steve Cohen might have earned, a week off or something like that. For David Stearns, that man is hitting the phones right now as we speak. I promise you that. So we'll be here with you. Winter meetings officially start tomorrow. Look out for more videos. Try to get a video out by tomorrow evening. We'll see if you go live for the winter meetings. I'm sure we'll have a flurry of moves to talk about. Rob, you let me know about scheduling. My evening is open. I'm down to chop it up. You let me know. I appreciate everybody in the chat, your chat and my chat. Subscribe to both channels. Again, be on the lookout for the giveaway that we're doing.
Absolutely. And Jeff Passan, this is how you know it's really big and historic. Jeff Passan wrote an ESPN article that's usually behind a paywall. He unlocked it for free about saying the New York Mets have arrived. And they did so by landing Juan Soto with the largest contract in sports history and took him. He ain't going to say stole because that's disrespectful. Took him away from the New York Yankees. That's when you know it's historic. And he's right. The Mets have arrived. This is a moment in history where any documentary is going to be about this, right? 5 days in Flushing, if the Mets do something epic this year or in a couple of years or whenever it might be, especially this year, if they do something special this year, the 5 days in Flushing is going to start today on December 8th at what was it, 10 o'clock? 10:15, whatever it was, 10 o'clock at night, when 9:55, whenever the official report was out by Heyman. This is going to be the starting point here, guys. This is the moment where the Mets can change. This can be, let me be factual here, guys. Not many people were around when the Mets last won the World Series. And my dad told me this, and many people who were around my dad's age, who were there in the 80s, late 80s, it was a Mets town. New York was Mets town. It was bleeding orange and blue. This is the first step. I'm not saying that we're there. because that's not fair yet because we didn't win nothing. But this is the first step of getting back the town. The first step. There's many steps to go, Chris. But this is the first step. And it's great to finally get our guy that was number one on our list. It feels special, and it is. Gloat Met fans, enjoy it. Maybe even get some sleep, because I know it's been crazy the last couple of days. Me and Chris have been going at it, just like many other content creators have been going at it. It's been a pleasure with you guys, and it's only the beginning of the off season, right? We're going to have a lot more content. The winter meeting starts tomorrow. So 15 years, $765 million, 50-year opt-out, but the Mets can void it, giving them an extra $4 million each year, I believe, going forward through the contract. $75 million bonus, and Juan Soto is officially Queens-bound, playing right field for the New York Mets starting in 2025. Mets fans, enjoy, smile, maybe even take a sip of some Henny, whatever you want to do. Always, Mets fans, let's go Mets, with the story of the Mets signing Juan Soto, and Steve Cohen is the king of New York. And it starts today, where things can change in the New York landscape, guys. This is epic, and we won't forget this day, but it's only the beginning. Let's go Mets, guys. Have a great night, and we'll definitely see you tomorrow with some type of winter meeting special show. Have a good night, guys, and let's go Mets.
Soto Shuffle coming to Queens.
Meet the Mets, meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife.